Been crypto since 2015, and you know, what I mean, we didn't have all the resources you guys, you know, have now in that space because it was super hard to get information. And me and Steve, we didn't know one another, but you know, similar backgrounds, similar mindsets, both serial entrepreneurs. And you know, the reason we wanted to start this is because we knew what was to come. We had the vision long term, and we knew a lot of people, you know, weren't taught financial literacy in their homes. So, you know, we wanted to catch everybody up to speed, and we know crypto is going to be the way. It's definitely going to change the landscape of every industry here. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why we founded Skype and Crypto. We want everybody to you know, get in, execute, make their money, you know, and get their time back, man. That's the most important thing. But yeah, that's my quick little spill. You know what I mean? Appreciate all y'all for being on the call.
Right. So yeah, Champ pretty much covered it all. Steve Bayonne, serial entrepreneur over 25 years, a bunch of different products, different industries. Just like Champ, 2015, I was introduced to crypto by a friend in undergrad. You know, once I got the basis of, you know, decentralization and being able to take power back then, I knew we were on to something. So, you know, since 15, if you've been in it that long, you know, we had in 2018, we had a Black Swan event that pretty much crushed the entire market. Exchanges shut down. So I kind of took a break from crypto. I didn't sell most of my holdings, but I did take a break just from kind of watching this space. And I think maybe a year before the pandemic, I picked back up again. So in 15, there was no NFTs. There were no DeFi products like this. You know, you might have had maybe the 3 top coins, and then everything else was just still materializing in the industry. So, you know, like Champ said, there wasn't anyone, you know, with the information, the way the information is flowing today. So this is why we founded Skype and Crypto University. And then on top of it is, honestly, guys, this is the last chance for us to close this gap and really change circumstances for, you know, for your legacy moving forward. And, you know, once I got hold of that, and Champ would tell you, I could have just stayed home, you know, day trading crypto all day and making extraordinary money. But the calling to teach, you know, and before we made it formal, I actually had a group on Sundays. We would do crypto Sundays. Guys would listen to me for hours, talk about it. I mean, it was really just, you know, college friends and colleagues of mine. And then we just kind of built a community from there. And then, you know, I just felt the call and like really open myself up to, you know, put the information I know out there. So again, we are here to really give you guys a in-depth but easy to follow way, right? Because I think people just really get confused by the amount of cryptocurrencies that are out there, and they just don't understand the foundational basics of like what we're dealing with. So I don't think there's another university or individual out there that can provide the value that Champ and I provide, right? So before you guys get off, you'll have access to about 7 to 9 free ebooks, everything from taxes to security to basic terminology. And then we get into some, you know, intermediate and advanced level stuff. So that's kind of a gift of offering. Today, we're here to talk about the passive income play that you guys have been seeing me post. Champ and I played the DeFi space. DeFi is, it's gonna be the biggest space in crypto. Decentralized financing it's what it is. So today we're in financing, and then you have the fintech companies who are like the Cash Apps, the PayPals, right? Those guys are kind of the new banks. And then what's on the horizon now, and this is where you guys can get involved early stage, is what they call DeFi, so decentralized financing. So basically, it's an individual or group of individuals that start a product that cuts out the middleman. So if today we put our money in the bank, you know, if you have a certain amount, you may not pay any fees. If you don't, it's fee driven, you know, for you to just store your money with them. But in the process, what they do is they 10x your money and then they lend it throughout various ways. So real estate, credit, you name it. The banks are involved in everything, and even the stock market. So they're probably 1,000xing your money every year. And then the most that you'll get is, if you're lucky, I've seen high yield interest accounts. And I mean, people have like millions in them. And, you know, I laugh every time they entertain the shit. I'm like, this is crazy. And they know it too. It's like 0.75, not even 1% when you're talking about that much capital. So the DeFi space is a great space, but because crypto's unregulated, it's a risky space, right? These products tend to come and go. You know, Champ and I in the university, we teach people how to look for certain things to protect yourself. And even if we know that the project could be a possibility of it being a rug pull, because you don't know. And a rug pull basically is someone who comes in with malicious intent to raise capital, and then all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and everything's gone, right? Champ and I collectively have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in crypto since 2015. Collectively, we've made a ton of money, but we've lost some. And I can tell you that my losses weren't really like Steve eating sleep at the wheel. Steve just too bright-eyed, chasing high yields, things that weren't there, not pulling the profit in time, trying to compound it to double. You know, so our strategy is a lot different in the DeFi space now. So there's great things that are happening. So I like to open it up with just the first word is crypto arbitrage. So the COTP situation that you guys probably saw Herm post. So I'm actually managing Herm's account, and you guys would see the maturation of that. Right now, Herm and I have a play by fall. We're shooting for $1 million.
Hold on, Steve.
Yep.
Hey, everybody, please mute your mics. It's a lot of people repeating that in the chat. Appreciate that.
I can mute everybody also.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna document the Herman process all throughout. You know, Herman does the business credit side of things, so he's basically leveraging what he teaches, and he's trusting me, you know, to mentor him in the crypto space. And we're the go-to guys for his courses anyway, as of late last year. So we're building a really good relationship. So crypto arbitrage, right? Quick understanding. Arbitrage, every industry has it, right? Even Amazon. You buy a product low, you sell a product high, right? So in crypto, what happens is we have so many exchanges, and exchange is a place where you can go, you know, buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrencies. So because there's so many exchanges all over the world, the liquidity and the volume of each exchange is different, because we're not talking about one New York Stock Exchange that's going to give you the same ticker number, right? All over the world. This is multiple. So if I went on, let's say Coinbase right now, and I checked Bitcoin might say, and again, don't hold me to this, I don't know the price today, it might be 37,000. And then I go to, let's say, Binance, and Binance might have it for 37,500. So what crypto arbitrage does is you could buy low on one site and then take that same coin and sell high on another site. So this is how these guys are making the money. Now, because of advancement in artificial intelligence, everybody's doing bot trading nowadays. And I know the power of bot trading. There's NFTs I miss out on because of robots. There's a lot of, I mean, even the sneaker industry, you know, trying to buy, you know, early drops or releases. These things are being wiped out by robots that just scour the internet, and they actually do the transactions as if they're real people. So that's really heavy in the crypto space. So what these guys have done is they have created software that can buy from, because all the exchanges are basically open source API, so you can kind of code your stuff to kind of get in. So they're able to buy on one exchange and then immediately take that and sell it on another exchange. But because they're dealing with hundreds of millions of dollars, these transactions, and in crypto, I can tell you, because we trade futures, which is like options, the volatility in crypto is crazy. I mean, Bitcoin today, I've seen it go up 5% and then back down 5%. We're talking about 5% on whatever. We're talking about big swings. So when you're looking at hundreds of exchanges, all with different price points, that's what makes up crypto arbitrage. This is why these guys are able to set up things like this that can probably bring in, you know, it has to be bringing in more than they're paying us, clearly, right? So, and that's how they're able to sustain it and keep things moving. So for me, as long as, if I know someone's investing in crypto arbitrage, for as long as I know there's volume and liquidity in the market, meaning liquidity, people buying and selling at the same time, because you can't sell something that somebody's not buying. So we don't invest in junk coins and exchanges that don't have good liquidity. So this is the type of stuff might sound foreign to you guys, but when you start rocking with us, you'll start to get an understanding of it, and then it all come together. So on the arbitrage space, and then there's other products too that we're invested in where we have more control over it. So I am the guy doing it, just utilizing a third-party software to create it. And then our end game really at Skyton is to create our own arbitrage system, because we know we can trust ourselves, right? Because we don't know what the intentions of everybody else are. The other thing too, guys, is this is a timing play. The government they just hired more people for the SEC. They added NFTs, they added DeFi to the list of things they're going to come after in this exact order. It's going to be the stable coin. And when I say come after, meaning the regulations are going to come down. So a lot of the stuff we see now, all this high yield stuff, I'm be honest, it's not going to be here. They're not going to let that shit fly. Common people making 3%, 3.3% a day, 4%, 5% a day. Even on some of the low risk situations are paying, 20 to 35% APY on your money. When I tell people, listen, why have a savings account when you can just, put it in good projects in crypto and grow it. So back to the arbitrage situation. There's an exchange called FTX. FTX is, so what causes the swing? Somebody just asked the question. Listen, it's all about liquidity. So when more people are, if more people are buying than selling, then you're going to have a swing one way. If more people are selling than buying, then it's bear and bull, right? So that's what creates the price differences. But the price differences are based on exchanges. Every exchange has a different rate of exchange, right? This happens in just every market. Every market that's a free market has stipulations and differences in prices. Currency, buying currency now in another country, it changes in time. So there's constant, currency is that, it's something that flows. So we teach you, the first part is just really resetting. If you're coming in here with like bad habits, you might want to get the shit in order first, because you can make a ton of money in this space and you could also lose a ton of money. And the greed is what kills everybody in this space. So Champ and I pride ourselves on making you guys understand the security aspect of crypto first, so you could know the worst possible scenario. And I tell everybody, the number one question is, how much should I invest? Whatever you want to lose. I can't go no deeper than that. I don't know you guys personally, intimately. I don't get into people's finances. But again, what I notice is the relationship with money, and we do assist in that part. We do have, sessions that help you, with breathing. We have a psychology of trading. That's an amazing ebook. And again, all those are offerings that you guys could partake in at some point. But so to get back to the arbitrage, there's a exchange called FTX. The guys at 29, FTX just, if you know, the Miami Heat play in FTX Arena. So they just took over American Airlines, right? So you're noticing all these crypto companies taking over the NBA and all the major sporting organizations are lining up with these guys. So FTX is a crypto exchange. The kid is under 30 years old, billionaire already. He made his money off of crypto arbitrage. This is how he made his money. He was buying high, selling low. And this is the exact same thing that we're doing now, but we're just working with different DeFi products. So what we like to do to minimize the risk is if somebody came to me and said, Steve, I want to invest 5,000. I'd say, you know what, put 25 here, put 25 here, or put 1,000 here, 1,200 here. So we spread it out amongst different projects, because the odds of a rug pull happening like across the board everywhere is slim to none. Like, we kind of know the projects that won't hold the liquidity. They pay you high. If you can cash out quick enough, you can flip some money. So the stuff we put you in is really to minimize the risk. We don't want you all in on one and constantly compounding without pulling your profits first. So again, crypto arbitrage, hundreds, thousands of marketplaces all over the world. There's artificial, AI software that's actually manipulating and bot trading all over the world, buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high. This is happening every second. And you could actually watch it when you have your account set up on one of the platforms. So today, this is a kind of a Q&A just to see if anybody, and there's a few guys on this that are part of our group already that are invested. I didn't know they were jumping on the call. This is for newbies. So if they want to just do a quick, 15 seconds, we don't care what your name is. Just listen, you're in this. When did you get in? And how has it been working for you? Straight, honest truth. So if anybody's in the group, just that's invested, just raise your hands, and then just a quick, guys, quick, so we don't get too deep. It's really for the newbies to kind of get a feel for what's happening.
I'll talk real quick. For me, coming from no kind of financial literacy background, since being with the university, I've learned so much about crypto investing and a lot of mindset changes that have helped me so much. Specifically with these, what do you call it? These projects we're in right now, the crypto arbitrage. These have really helped me stepped up, securing my spots that we've been learning about in the group. There's some that I've been eyeing and trying to, with my daily trading, make a good profit so that I could pour into these. And I can tell you right now, I'm 9 days into Medify and I've already hit 1,000. And I was able to secure one specific spot that I've for the past 3 months trying to make that gold money slowly trading every day. So this already helped me in 9 days versus, 3 months of low leverage trading that I've been, for me, just going slow. But I was able to meet my goal faster with this avenue that you guys taught us. So it's been dope, just having different ways to bring in money and extend your financial wealth for the future.
So listen, for the 9 days and 1,000, what did you start with?
I put in 3,060. So it's bringing me $100 a day. And I also got a referral bonus. So that's what put me up. And I just withdraw the profits every day into my KuCoin exchange and then purchase my spots.
Yep.
Great.
So listen, guys, that's one of them. So the first project is called COTP. Listen, there's a lot of groups out there that are teaching this, right?
I do have COTP too. I'm up.
Right.
I'm up 300 on that when I started with 5.
Perfect.
Yep.
So she's getting a rate of return of about 25% a week, 3.3% a day. That's what we're averaging on the 2 programs. One program pays 7 days a week, which is COTPS. So you'll get 3.3% a day, which equates to 25% a week on your money. So if you put up 1,000 by the end of the week, 7 days, you'll have $250. That's without even the affiliate situation. So there's affiliate tiers associated with it. So when you bring people in under you, they pay you bonuses and percentages depending on it. But we'll break all this down in manuals for you guys. This is really a touch and go and an introduction of who we are. So Johan's another guy in my group. He actually bought the 2 projects to the group. So that's one of the reasons why we created this. When you can not only teach a group of individuals how to look for things, and then they can then bring it back to the university, it makes us that much stronger, right? Because we have more eyes on things that are happening, and our students, they have better discernment, right? They have more confidence going into crypto, more confidence in researching. So I appreciate what Johan did. But yeah, Johan, you could unmute.
Good evening. Yeah, last month I did 10,000 amongst the 2 programs, and this month I'm looking to hit 25,000.
And listen, Johan's coming from a financial literacy background. Like, this is what he teaches. So he got into crypto. Johan, you were at end of last year, right? You were early October.
Yeah. Yep. Early October.
Yeah, so he was of the first wave of guys to come in. So you didn't know much about crypto prior to that, did you?
Nah, that's when I started studying, the beginning of October, and then I got with you at the end of October.
Got it. Right. So listen, guys, there's a ton of ways to make money in crypto. But I realized, so when I started the university, we give signals out. So they're basically calls for futures, which is similar to stock option trading. So we bet if crypto is going to go down, we can make money. If crypto is going to go up, we make money, right? We try to make the right calls and we give the targets. So what that does is it gets people engaged in understanding, 1, what you're investing in, because you get to research, and 2, you get to make some money. You can trade with as little as $1 if you want. But it has you looking at a lot, and it keeps you within our system of where information is flowing. So now that we have, and we had some other passive income plays in the past where we run like nodes, which are servers. Again, I don't want to go too deep because then it turns people off and it's back to sounding like Chinese. But there's so many ways that you can make money in crypto. So I'm just going to tell you guys, Web3 is upon us. If you don't know what it is, we also have a free ebook that define what Web3 is. It's in our collection. So just kind of flip through that. It really is the new internet where the power comes back to the people. So what we're doing now is we're just preparing, our tribe to say, listen, there's a new way of things being done. And you're watching corporate companies now, playing in the metaverse, and you have to be involved in this because it's going to affect all aspects of life. I don't care what job you have. any machinery that you drive, all of it is going to have some type of cryptocurrency or blockchain technology instituted in it. What I don't want to happen with my people, and the reason I'm teaching and I'm hell bent on making sure I get the message out properly, is because that tech era of the 90s, we're right back in that space again. You got to understand, and crypto's actually moving 4 times faster than the internet, and that's only because we're using the internet. But so think about it. If something's moving 4 times faster than the internet, and it's going to disrupt or change the way that financing is done in the world, not the United States, guys, this is the world. Like, trust me, the world has already adopted this. We are a little bit late to the party with our regulations, but shit's been moving globally. When it actually clicks and the US puts their stamp of approval on and those regulations come in, it's still going to be a good old boys club. The difference is anybody that's part of this university would be accredited, and you'll be able to just know how to navigate the space. And not only that, but you'll have a good position already in the what we call the spots, meaning investing in companies. I'm not talking about Bitcoin. That's not the one. That'll be another conversation for another day. There are coins out there that have real case use, real utility that's going to change the way that something's done in the world. We're talking about companies bigger than Amazon. There's a possibility that you might see that. Bigger than Apple, for sure. You know what I'm saying? They're already sitting on billions of dollars. And every major hedge fund is already invested in pre-IPOs with these companies. Do not let these billionaires stray you any way different. Trust what Champ and I are telling you. These white wizards are going to come in. They're going to look like they're going to shut the shit down. Then they're going to fix something. Then when they turn it back on again, you either going to be a multi-millionaire. It's going to be very basic. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you got about $2 or $3 or $4 million of liquid cash, I don't know how they're going to define that, but you're not playing with no money, right? Because during the pandemic in the last 2 years, every 17 minutes, a billionaire is formed in America, right? This happened during the swine flu situation. This happened during the Great Depression. Like in these times of catastrophe, the rich get richer, right? And then the tax base, what happens with that. So this is it, guys. I'm gonna be honest. In my lifetime, there's not going to be another product, and I'm talking about some of these things are less than $1 right now. They'll be 50,000 a coin. And Champ and I have watched this. I've been the guy at $90 Ethereum. I've seen $200 Bitcoin. And I used to tell myself, I'm not going to pay that. And now you're begging to get these things at 30,000. So I'm telling you that we have some information that's life changing in this thing. But for today, we're just talking about passive income. So again, we're investing in platforms that are investing in, crypto arbitrage. The other one is yield farm, where a bunch of people pool money together. There's just so many different ways that these platforms are investing the money to do these high returns. So COTPS has been around for a while. It's I hear 19. I haven't been in it since 19. Neither has anybody from the team, but they were registered in 19. So there's little things that we look at to see how long they've been around. The system, like I said, you can see the actual trading. We have a script for you guys where because what the company wants you to do is every 2 hours, they want you to add your investment to a pool manually. But we have a script that we provide you that's going to basically run it and loop it, so that way the trades are continuously coming in. So that way you get every cent, right? Without having to miss anything. So I've been in it. I've got a ton of accounts, and everything's been making money. I'm just about made whole on my investments. I know Johan is made whole. So what happens is as we get money to move, because what happened in our group was everybody's making money. Now, the next thing is they're like, Steve, what should we do with the money? And I'm like, all right, so what do you want to do? And they're like, they want to take it off and exchange it to buy gas. And I'm like, but that's not the play. If you're growing your money, let's get it into another project. So the good part about being in this group, right? Because there's a ton of other groups you could be in, is this group is going to tell you what you can do next. I'm trying to show you guys something.
Oh, so he about to dig in the bag.
So, yeah. So MetaFi, one of the projects, I pulled out profit and I actually took the returns, and I purchased a NFT the other day for a project I've been watching for a while. And again, I taught the university about this one. World famous street artists. The company Particle is a fund. They go around and they buy high-end art. At Sotheby, they were the first ones to purchase with Ethereum last year. This went for $12.9 million. So what they did was they put 10,000 squares around it and they turned it into a digital piece. I just created a picture. I printed this myself. We have a printing company because I wanted a physical. So I own, wherever those lines meet, I own that block right there. I paid $550. Literally where this is located, the flower is a lot, right? Because there's color in here. So those are worth a lot. And then the number one and the last tend to bring a lot of money into. I can literally turn around and sell this thing and 10x it tomorrow. So not only am I taking the money and the profits that I'm making, but I have a vast knowledge of the space. I can go ahead and put it in other projects or take risks. So when you guys are seeing people buying NFTs for $3, $4, $5 million, yes, that shit is real. But you got to remember, they're not playing with the money you're playing with. They didn't put $3 million in crypto in cash to grow it to $6 million. They were early adopters. They bought the right NFT. They bought the right coin that pumped at the right time. And if you hear about it, it's too late.
Too late.
I'm gonna tell you, not that you can't make money, but I'm telling you that Dogecoin and Sheep, I'm not taking nothing away from you guys. That's not crypto. The space it goes way deeper than that. So I don't want you guys coming in here with this fly by night, imagination thing. Oh, I'm gonna make millions overnight. No, this shit is a grind. For as much money as I made, I've lost some shit too. I could just walk away from it at this point because it's comical. So that's why we put out the security book to protect people, because the shit just be bullshit. And a lot of it is just human error too, right? But at some point, security, and that's one of the sectors we talk about in the group, and we have information on top security companies that we start to invest in early, right? So these are like data recovery, crypto recovery guys. That's going to be the wave of the industry in the future. So at the very top, I have it's a quick, there's no bells and whistles to this, guys. This is just to buy me a couple more days, and we're going to put out the full manual that'll give you the step-by-steps, the payouts. You'll have video tutorial of how to set it up. And then you'll have our support in the Discord group where everybody just goes to, share and exchange information. So the support has been great. Everybody's questions are being answered. And then we also have one-on-one consultation. If you're not the type of person and you just want to pay, it'll take, less than an hour to set up both of them. And then you'll have somebody guiding you through all the steps. But what you do need first is there's going to be a prerequisite list that's given to you. So that way you have everything set up. Like, we don't want to be on there and you don't have accounts already activated and ready. So once you check everything off, then we'll have a calendar that you guys could book and get started on it. But the manual is going to be super easy. I think you guys will be able to give it a crack. And then you could always go back to the group if there was something or hiccup somewhere, and then you'll probably get the answer, relatively quick. Yeah, so exchanges do have liquidity pools. So you're seeing this for the person that put it in there. Exchanges are now, BitTrue just launched crypto arbitrage. So every major exchange is having, they're getting into this space too with the arbitrage. So it's a big space, guys. Yeah, and then listen, you can Google it. You'll find the information out there. It's a well-known industry in crypto. So it's as simple as buying low and selling high. And sometimes it's anywhere between 1% to 10%, depending on the swings of that day, right? So we get paid 3.3% with COTPS. That's per day, guys. So you got to think, if you put in, $1,000, you're talking about 2,500 a week. And Johan, payback is what, 22 days, right? With that one to get back 100?
Yeah, 22 days you hold.
So in 22 days, you get your money back. But what we do is, we teach you to pull your returns as it's generating. So you got to think. So as the interest is building, it's compounding on top of it. So you're really actually moving a lot quicker. But I like to tell my people, listen, let's secure some of these funds in case if the lights go out, you either have it all back. And then when you have it all back, you can create a plan to say, you know what, let me compound, right? So let me turn 1,000 to 2,000 in 22 days. Let me turn 2,000 to 4,000. And even take it off 50% if you want. just so that way now you're sitting in profit every month that this is generating. So again, if the lights go out, not that we'll be happy about it, but you want to be as protected as possible. I would never put something in front of you guys that I'm not already heavily invested in. That's not my style. You know, I've stepped on a lot of landmines to get to this point here where you guys are listening to me talk. Trust me. And Champ's the same way. Our number one thing is, one, will never take advantage of the culture ever. Right? That's rule number one. I'm seeing it happen with a lot of guys selling products, you know, on the internet. I'm not one of these guys. It's you know, it's high level shit. We can make it easy with no nonsense. The information is there and you can verify it, right? The stuff's out there. We will show you how to navigate the space, and then just keep your ears open. You start hearing it. Everything is fucking crypto. Everything is crypto. Gucci, Dogecoin. Gucci's accepting crypto. Everybody's accepting crypto. Every time you put the television on, I'm not talking about big sponsorship dollars. So where's all the money? You know what I'm saying? The billionaires that are created, a lot of these guys are crypto guys that nobody knows about. Crushing it. These kids are under 30. So we have an opportunity. So beyond the university and the teaching of crypto, we position you to, so the second phase of university is once you get the understanding of it and you're positioned to make money, what's going to be your contribution to the blockchain or cryptocurrency? Because we have to have ownership stake in it, right? Because like I told you, if you make a couple million in here, it's not worth anything. So you want to be able to put a lasting impression on it. You want to be able to run your own bank. You know, you want to be able to, you know, to sell hairstyles digitally to marketplaces. You want to be able to run, you know, search engine keywords. This is the new internet. When people start searching keywords and you own that node, every time it comes across and there's advertising dollars that come down in the funnel, you as the owner get paid. Same thing for music. You know, we're all lined up with player nodes on certain platforms. So, you know, imagine you have the node that's going to run one of the biggest songs in history and you're getting 15% royalties that are coming down to you. These are the type of things that we teach you guys. This shit is for real. I do this full time. And I was still am a real estate developer, but I put it down to go full time. The teaching part takes a lot out of me, right? Meaning I'm putting together content to help you guys catch up, and I'm not really pouring into myself. So now I'm trying to find a good mix to it, because now as the group progressed, you know, my 101 guys are no longer 101. They want more, right? They're actually out here bringing these type of things in, and I'll accept it all day, because that's the exchange, right? One hand washes the other and both wash the face. So if you don't have that sort of mentality, this ain't the place for you. If you're playing in crypto to pay bills, this ain't the place for you. You know, just come in here with an open mind. Just know you got two guys that are like, and then everybody in our university could attest to it. You're gonna get what you're gonna get from us, you know, and it's gonna be solid information. Now, the amount of time that you put into it is gonna determine how well you do in the space. But Champ and I have already done the research. We've already done it. We're telling you exactly what it is, but then you have to run off and put it together. And then your heart of heart is, does that feel right? But I'm all in. 90% of my wealth is in crypto right now. I have no cash at all outside of mortgages and, you know, the bills that don't accept crypto. Everything is in crypto moving. I run my own bank every day for the past 2.5 years. I run my own bank, meaning I get up, I figure where I want to put the money, I pull some money out. And I'm getting to a point where the tracking is a little bit tough now, guys. I'm not even going front. This running the bank shit is crazy, because there's times where I didn't pull profit from like 2 or 3 projects, and I'm like, oh shit. And I got open contracts in stocks, right? Because I'm trading those two. So it's like I'm everywhere, and the money's, it's not a bad problem, but that shit is a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is a lot if you're not doing it full time. And I'm a guy who's pretty diligent. I mean, it's probably a lot because I'm teaching also. But the point is, and that's kind of our tagline. Champ, what's the tagline?
We teach you how to be your own, become your own bank.
That's it. You know, it's
simple as that.
Stop giving the money to institutions that aren't funding your dreams, or you know, when you need shit, they're not there for you. That's dead. That's dumb. I'm not saying you're dumb. I'm just telling you that the system's dumb, and I'm not asleep anymore. So in that document, What's the difference? Okay, so yield farming, crypto arbitrage, you know, right? I've said it a few times. Yield farming is nothing more than if I wanted to create a yield farm right now, I would just tell people, hey, I'm going to give you this return back. You don't really know what people are investing in. You know, when they're yield farming, they're just trying to pool a whole bunch of money together. And, you know, if it's a Ponzi scheme, they're going to pay you out with somebody else's. If they're actually working something, which, you know, we can kind of see it a little bit for what it is now as the industry transpires, because if you're going to pay me 11,000%, what product is somebody paying 11,000% for in a year? You know what I'm saying? So if we can't answer those questions, not that we don't get involved in the project, because the project could be new and I could say, listen, guys, I'm only in this one for 30 days and I'm going to flip this money. I'm out. So you do what you want. So that's what yield farming is. Yield farming is it's a capital raise. It's another word, you know, for it. And these guys invest in products. So they can tell you, hey, we have lending products where we collateralize things. They can tell you they do crypto arbitrage. There's a whole bunch of stuff they could be doing. They could be trading futures like I do, because I don't do 3.3% a day when I hit. And the guys in our group will tell you it is depending on what money you put in, but the percentages aren't 3%. They're way higher because we leverage. So that's what yield farming is. We have a kind of we have a ton of coin trackers. Traceability, process, got it. Okay, perfect. Everybody's caught up. Yeah, again, so that first document, guys, I'm going to copy and paste it again. I want you guys to click it, and then I'll just go through it so that way everybody knows what's what. So this is your first assignment, and then you're just going to hold tight until the manual and everything comes out. So on that link, when you go to it, you'll see our social media contacts, and the link is clickable. It's a PDF. So you can just click each icon. Follow us on YouTube. Hold on. Yeah. Follow us on YouTube. We have a Discord group. Join that. It's free. And then follow us on IG. And then we have a, if anybody's new to crypto and you want one of the best situations, the 101 ebook is the Crypto's Beginner's Guide. But what we did was down here, there's a security guide. We've included the 101 for free when you buy the security ebook, and that one's currently 50% off. So you'll get a 2-for-1 on that. We have our, day trading. This, again, we're just here for the passive situation. But I'm just letting you know what we have. And everybody mute again.
Hey, William, mute up, please.
All right, I got it. Hold on, let me just get it. They doing a lot. Yeah, so you'll see the in the lower part, there's the free ebooks. I want you guys to grab those. Those are good things. And then we also have like free consultations. If anybody just had some questions and just needed to know where to start, we have consults, free and paying, but we usually start with the free to kind of see what the needs are. So that's that document, but your homework is actually all right. Grab that link there. Again, that's another Google Doc. These are the things you're going to need to just set up, when you're ready. This is the first step. So when the manual comes out, you want to at least have this done if you're looking to go into this. The first thing is only use Google Chrome browser, guys. It's the most browser friendly in crypto. And it tends to have good security too. So Google Chrome is the browser that we use. So if you start to see things happening, it's probably because you're on Microsoft Edge or Safari. Just make sure you're using Google Chrome and it's updated. And then clear out like your cache and your cookies. Just keep everything nice and clean in there.
Absolutely.
And then there's an exchange called KuCoin. This is where we do all our funding and other crypto situations. So this is why I like it, because we're all comfortable in here. So when you open your first step is to open a KuCoin account. It's an exchange account. That's the direct link there to open it. And then right below that, we have a video playlist. I have 4 videos in there that are going to walk you through the process of verification, security, how to purchase. And then you'll have a good understanding of how the product works, the exchange. Step 2 would be, so now we have 2 offerings, COTP and the MetaFee yielder. So you want to sign up for those. You're not putting any money. You're just signing up. Really easy. Those are the 2 links for you to sign up with. It's not rocket science. It's self-explanatory. So once you have your username and password, just make sure you write everything down somewhere. Do not store these things on your computer or on a cloud. Always write these things down and keep the papers, safe. And then right below that, if you're new to Skyton, we kind of tell you about the that one book that incorporates the beginner's guide and the security together. Guys, it's a must-have. Like, I'm telling you, this book could save you thousands. We had a kid in our group lose 3,000. Thousands, right? This happens all day in crypto. This is going to save you the time and the headaches. The minute you start to see things happening, you're like, oh shit. Trust me, the feeling, you'll feel it, right? You go with your gut in crypto. Do not do things in crypto that don't feel right, because the shit's probably not right. And then we have all our products offering on the bottom there. So if you guys could take care of step 1, 2, and 3, you're 90% there. The next thing is how to fund the accounts for you to understand, the payouts. And like I said, the COTP pays 7 days a week. So Monday through Friday, you're going to get the 3.3%. So that one has a faster rate of return, 22 days. Johan, MetaFee is what, 41 or 42 days?
42 days.
Mm-hmm.
42 days they'll hold your money.
Yep, they're 42 days. The difference between the two is MetaFi is going to lock in the principal in a smart contract for that duration of time, right? Meaning you can't take it off. On COTP, it's a little more flexibility. You could just turn off your script, all the money will come to your wallet, and you could pull all of it out if you want. So there's no holding of your assets. COTP actually pays 7 days a week, 3.3%. So it's a faster rate of return. MetaFee pays 3.3%. This is for $2,500 or more. So from $2,500 to $10,000, they're going to pay you 3.3%. They just started something new the other day where it's 4.2% for $10,000. And if you don't have 2,500, then 24.99 in MetaFee is going to be, and all this information is going to be in the document for you guys, but it's going to be 1%. And I wouldn't do anything for 1%, guys. I'll just tell you, just put it in COTP. But the reason we have both offerings is so you guys could kind of diversify. And if something happens in one place, you're living somewhere else, right? I could tell you that I've had the other day when I pulled out, I end up going into futures, which is now I'm investing my return in another avenue to make me money. And I think I probably did like 120% on my money then. So really I'm whole in my returns. I don't have to wait for them to give it back to me because I'm making that money move. So, don't be the guy that wants to go buy gas with money right now. Like, no, we're not in crypto for that. And I'm not saying that you can't take money down for living expenses. But again, if you're doing that, then you're not really growing this investment. We're in here for wealth, not, a fly by night situation. And you don't even know how much, they're taxing pretty high on this. So when you take the money down, you got to take another, 30%. These are all short term. So you have to know how this thing works. We could even show you how to take out loans against the crypto and it'd be debt, right? And then you just do your thing there. So we have ways of moving around in this industry since 15, we know the ins and outs of this. And that's the second part to it. First part is getting these plays. Let's start to make some money. Second part is, all right, what do we do with the money now? How do we move it around? You're in crypto already. Stay in crypto.
Stay in crypto.
Because and it's easy because you're playing with, if it does what it does and what it keeps doing for us, you're playing with literally house money at this point now. And when you have 2 guys that are going to pour in you the way that we do, it's totally worth it. I mean, just our VIP group with the calls and everything that we give with it is $50 a month. there's a lot in there for people that have the time to sift through it. Any questions? So that's the homework. The second link is the homework, guys. So make sure you have that. And even if you're not investing, always position yourself. So the one thing I hate seeing in this space is when you're giving people the information, and then the minute it comes around again, then they're hitting you in the inbox like, yo, Steve. And I'm like, listen, guys, you miss it every time because you're not positioned. You know what I'm saying? When I say position, meaning having an exchange account, knowing how wallets work, and having funds on deck at any given point. We could put something out that could turn $100 into, $2,000 quick. It happens like that. So, you guys have to even these steps are just you being in position to be ready. Right. So that's the first step. Champ, you want to field any questions?
Yeah, someone just asked, Kanisha just asked, do you trade regular stocks? Yes, we also do trade regular stocks. Steve more so than I. But we're crypto based, but we also know how to navigate all different thresholds. But he's a monster with stocks. Steve is the technical analysis guy, you know what I mean? So he's that mastermind that does that. You know what I mean? So this is why our futures calls in crypto are so accurate, because he's a sniper when it comes to that type of vibe. So yes, to answer your question, Kanisha.
And Champ's the guy that just, Champ, and not just, but those spot calls, the way that he analyzes companies, the way he puts things together, the way he pieces together the partnerships to know, right? So he follows the money. So you're hearing the Vanguards, the Blackstones, the Kathy Woods, the ARK. You're hearing the big names in the stock world, in the crypto world now. So they're just lining up. And Kathy Wood said something that was great the other day, and this is for you guys to write down. When you get into crypto, and what this is the strategy they're using, they're not getting into, they don't know half the stuff we know, right? All they want to know is where's the infrastructure and who's running it right now, right? And that's the blockchain. That's the layer one. Everybody has to build their products on top of that. And that's how these people think, right? Champ and I go way deeper. Like by the time they find out about the next Amazon, we already heavily invested in it. You know what I'm saying? So they're playing the fundamental game. That's cool. We need their money to come in. That's the only way I'm going to be wealthy. So when the regulations come, guys, we have no time. They're going to crash the market. The regulations are going to come, and then $200-300 trillion are going to pour into the market in one day.
Instantly.
Right. And it's going to happen in that exact order. And it's coming. So by 2025, it's you either, if you're not in crypto and you didn't make some M's, you're fucked. I'm being real honest with you. You fucked. Or just get a skill set in here. If you any Web3 programmers, like they're paying starting 175 right now. Artificial intelligence, AR, augmented reality. If you have kids right now, get them off of dummy time, position them. Show them how these things are working, right? Because even the tokenomics behind the gaming, we know a ton of gaming millionaires that play games all day and get
paid for
make tokens and get rewarded for it. Yeah. That's where the new economy is, guys. So when Biden and them are looking for the money, that shit's in crypto. These kids aren't going to, supermarket. These kids are 16 years old selling NFTs for hundreds of thousands. Nah, that generation's done. So everything's going to be automated. There's going to be no more jobs. Paris, what you got?
Hey, good evening, everybody. I had a question in reference to the stock market. I'm currently in the stock market as well too. I just wanted to know, what platform are you utilizing? I know I have an account funded with TD Ameritrade, and I also use Thinkorswim app to do the trades. And I also use TradingView for my charts.
Yep. Yeah. So TradingView for the charts. I have Thinkorswim, TD. Webull is probably my favorite. And then I have Tastyworks also.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be wilding. Yeah, I got Tastyworks. Actually, I actually just cleared that account the other day. It was a trading account with a buddy of mine, and we were trying some strategies. Yeah, I got a lot. Nah, you're on point. You're pretty good. I like Webull though. I'll be honest.
Okay.
The app is amazing.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you can
I
buy
was
crypto on there.
Oh, you can? Okay. I was considering trying that out. And you say you guys also do with the $50 a month, you do call outs on stock options as well, or is it just the crypto market?
No, just the crypto. The stock stuff I just do on the side. I'll be honest, I'm off the stocks right now.
Yeah, I've been off of it too, and I've been focusing on crypto because I'm currently with the COTPS platform, and also just registered for MetaFee today. So
Okay.
yeah. So thank you
So
for answering my
how's
question.
it working? How's it working for you?
Oh man, it's working pretty well. I actually officially got on COTPS Saturday, and I initially put like 12.18 in just to see how it would compound, and then the next day I put $3,108 in it. So and I also have a compound Excel sheet that I use too, based off the 3.3% interest rate, daily interest rate, that will show me how much I'll make accumulate within a 7-day period, 30-day period, up to a 60-day period. So that gives me more. I like to see things. I'm very thorough. So it's going pretty well. I'm right here right now on an automation system with it, just constantly compounding and increasing my, my investment. So I love it.
Talking about. That's awesome, man. I love that. I love to hear that.
Thank you.
So listen, you have to you're pulling your profits, right? You got to take this stuff off early.
I have yet to pull a profit. And you're suggesting that I should pull it out early?
Work.
Absolutely.
Because in 22 days you want to have that money back in your account. Not in 22 days you take the whole thing out. You want to do the increments, 25%.
Okay.
I get that you want to compound it. It looks good. But you want to protect yourself first and get that house money back. And then you could create that strategy you had, but still pull profit along the way. Guys, these lights, they go out sometimes.
Absolutely.
That's the secret. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's the secret. They don't tell you that in these videos when they're like, no, the lights go out. That shit don't feel good. I'm used to it. I just laugh now. And you got to think too, so my basis is different from yours, right? Or it could be different from somebody else. Somebody might be up 40 million, only putting 10,000 in the market. So when they're buying things that may seem trivial to us, we're not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So you said pull it out within 20 days?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or prior to that?
Pull that thing out, pull it out every week.
Once a week. Make it 25% that you've accumulated in that 7 days. Make a withdrawal. What he's basically telling you is just to de-risk. So when you're taking a risk, because nobody truly knows if the platform will be around for 5 years, a year, 10 years, we don't know because regulations aren't here yet. So now that we've presented a product to you guys can utilize it. Everyone's utilizing it. Everybody's winning off of it. We're all making money off of it. But now what you have to do is you have to de-risk, right? To not leave all your money in. If you've already invested $5,000, you can leave it in there for 22 days, but you're taking the risk of losing your $5,000 if something was to ever happen. We don't know this. You know what I mean? We've done our due diligence, right? Even if it is a rug pull, I've been a part of countless rug pulls, and I'm a super victim of rug pulls because I'm a survivor. I'm gonna tell you that. Just me and Steve both, because we've both been in here since 15. So there's numerous DeFi platforms that we've utilized. And when he says lights go off, he's basically saying you're utilizing the exchange for whatever product you're doing. And one day you just go to log in, you want to see how things are looking, and you can't log in. It's gone, or all the liquidity's gone. You're stuck holding the bag, right? You don't want to be that person. So don't put $5,000 into something, 10 grand, 50 grand, whatever. Don't put that money in there and not take your profits out accordingly. So once a week, this is a potential strategy. If you want to go in and make your withdrawals every single day and take 3.3% off, do that every day, but that's your right. Or you can wait 1 week and then pick a day, every Saturday, every Sunday, or every Friday. Pay yourself. Take that 25% off, put it back into the pot. After 22 days, no matter what you do, you're going to be made whole. After that, it's completely house money. So you've already made your initial investment back. Everything else out of that is the platform's money.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you guys for that. Appreciate that. That makes perfect sense.
Absolutely.
Listen, guys, this is not financial advice, right? We know what you have to do to get and who you have to go to get financial advice. We're just here putting a play in front of you guys. Do your due diligence, right? I'm just telling you what my story and my experience is, and then I have some, my mentees on here, and they can tell you their stories, right? And then if you have questions, I could definitely answer them, or anyone on the call that's equipped, that's already in here, could probably answer them for you. So again, that's our approach to it, is safety first. So I'm not going to sit here and try to compound this shit to death as much as I want to. Trust me, I do, but I can't. Steve's been here already. So it's just play smart. And then when you start to get the referral bonuses and things like that, that's a whole nother set of money, guys. When you start bringing tiers, 3 levels of tiers under you, you start bringing people in, they bring people in, that bring people in. Now you start to reinvest, referral commission amounts now. And that part of the game, that's the most amazing part of the game. Between 2 guys easily yesterday, I funded 20, almost 30K.
30K, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's my heavy guys, they're not even here yet. These are guys that's coming in with 100,000 on the walk-in. That's all they do. They're like, if we're going to waste time, because they've been part of rug pulls too. So they're like, listen, they're going to shut the lights off, take 100K to make 50 in 2 weeks, take 100K to make 25,000 in 1 week, turn that thing off and take it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many ways that you could analyze it, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to, start thinking that, 100 turns to 200 turns to 400. We're not teaching that strategy. And again, not financial advice. I'm just telling you what the smart strategy is that works for me. Ronald.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to ask. So when you them papers, the Google Docs you sent us, that's the links. What are we supposed to do with them? Hit them links and sign up for all those programs?
Exactly. Yep. There's the step-by-step instructions. The links are just going to take you to what you need to do. You need to set up your accounts for those 3, one exchange, KuCoin, and then the 2 projects that we're talking about right now. Just have those accounts set up, and then we'll have a full manual that's going to come out, and then we have an option to book us to walk you through the process once you meet the requirements that are needed before we get on, because we're not discussing how to open these accounts. It's pretty simple. I wouldn't put you guys something that's difficult.
So okay, you saying just is them papers gonna be emailed to me? Or I hit them and looked at them real quick, but I ain't know I supposed to fill them out real quick because I wanted to listen to what you were saying. And
you just have to download it. Just download it to your device so you have it.
All right.
You don't need to do nothing like right now on this call. I'm just giving you the documents so you could download it, and then at your, at whatever time presents itself, just look at it.
Okay, and you said, and I should get the security book. Do I need the passive book too? The passive income book?
Nah, I wouldn't go that deep. If you're just starting in crypto, the security book and the 101, that combination book, that's where you should start. And then we got a ton of free books. If you stay on the beginner's level, it's gonna help you. But if you get the security and the other book, you'll have everything you need in full.
Oh, okay, just that. And with that, and I'll be inside the university. How do I get in the university too?
So I sent the second link there that gives you all our social pages to follow. And then on that page, there's a link, for VIP. But once you get into the university, you'll be able to figure out.
Hey, Kanisha, can you please mute up, please? Sorry, I'm not trying to single you out. But yeah, mute up, please.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Any questions on the programs, guys? Oh, listen, there was a couple questions in here. Hold on.
William, why you look for the question? William Mensa. Yeah, I got you covered. I'm about to shoot you a direct message, but if you've already set up steps 1 and 2, we got you. We got you covered. You 95% completed.
Yeah, so FTX is an exchange. I don't know if it's a lot in New York, but just get on KuCoin.
Yeah, use KuCoin. Use it for everything.
Just the most solid situation for everybody in every state. So it's not a VPN, it's going to be a VP. Well, okay, so for him, listen, these exchanges know, guys, they're not hip to this VPN situation. Some just don't care, but trust me, they know. And I've seen a guy move his license to Georgia from New York, and he lives in New York, and he's trading, and they shut him down for trading because they 100% of his IP addresses and everything were picked up from New York, not the VPN. Like, these guys have other layers, and I'm talking about Coinbase, right? Because that's the United States government. They're smarter than you think. Yes, so Chase Bank on KuCoin is blocking all transactions. TD worked, Bank of America worked, debit cards, and I put that in the video too. I kind of tell you which ones, but debit cards are a little more solid and accepting than the actual credit card issuers. So if you want to turn credit to cash, then you got to do that and have a better chance of funding it, through debit. And that's just what it is, guys. Like, these banks it's not really for your protection. They're just haters because they know that the money's going into a product that's kind of like,
directly compete.
Right now.
Yeah.
They're stuck scratching, their head right now, figuring like, why are they even doing this? But again, when you don't have, shareholders and you don't, it's sharing the wealth with the people. This is what the blockchain is about. It's not about big tech owning all data and selling it to people that then sell us things. And it's like, well, how the fuck are we going to keep up with all this if we're not making any more money? You know what I mean? So we just got to get out the cycle and listen. Crypto is the vehicle, guys. I'm telling you that 100%. I'm not even going to go on a rant today. I want to. But crypto is the vehicle. Trust me. There's nothing else that is going to get us out this mess. And you can see it. There's a war going on. One country's evading sanctions with crypto, and then the other one is actually raising capital to fight a war with crypto. So tell me, how much more powerful can this vehicle be? So all those naysayers that are in your ear right now, those family members and friends, stay on dummy time with them. I'm being honest with you, because this is what I'm doing right now, because I've been yelling at my friends and family for years, like, yo, guys, there is no, and you sound like a mad scientist, but as things start to materialize, they're starting to come around now. And Steve doesn't have time anymore the way he did before. So they feel some sort of way when I'm like, yo, link in the bio. And I'm going to tell you guys this now, I'm going to be unreachable at some point. Not that the university is going to shut down. It's just, I'm going to be unreachable, right? Mm-hmm. That's just the way my life is set up. And when I'm unreachable, just know that Steve invested in the right things and he cashed out. Right. So, we have a lot of corporate companies that are paying us big money to come and help, navigate the space. And, there's a lot of shit sat heavy on me. I did a expo in New York, and, the more I think about it, I'm just like, nah, this corporate route is what's fucking with us, right? Yeah, Steve can get the bag, but then what happens is I give them the insight to how to sell you guys and get you more addictive, right? Because everybody's fighting for your time, not your money, your time. When you look at that Instagram time counter and of how long you spend on there, start paying attention and figuring, all right, are you really working on here, or is it fucking with you in another way? So, part of the teaching and the information is not about making money. It's about positioning yourself and your family, even if it's just your immediate family. Like we cannot raise any more kids in this fucked up system. You know what I'm saying? Like, my little cousin's on here. She was actually the first one to talk. And I, mother of 3, I've known this girl since she was like baby, and to see her now, because we come from identical Haitian households, Haitian American, we're just some different generations with the age gap. But it was one of those. They don't talk to you about money. They don't, there's no wills. There's no like talking about the future. So we've had to overcome a lot in our households. And this is the same for African American or any sort of Caribbean household. Like it's not fun and games. Was it Johan today or somebody said, Johan, it might have been you with the when you look back at the Apple stock being what, 16 cents when you were a young kid. Just put that shit in perspective, guys. Just think about it. Go back to the days where you were young and your parents were actually putting some stuff together and just go do some numbers and just say, damn, if mom and dad would have put in this much in the 90s in a tech stock, how could it change the course of our situations? You know what I mean? Like, yo, them days of this fish fry to raise money and all this shit, man, it's dead. This shit is corny, guys. Crypto's the vehicle. Wake the fuck up. I'm telling you, wake up. You're starting to hear these white wizards coming out now. They're starting to be a little more vocal. They're telling you, you know what I mean? Because a lot of them are cool. They're a little more progressive now. Elon Musk and Mark Cuban, these guys are hip to this shit. They're not like Warren Buffett, who made a joke of this shit the other day. You give me all the Bitcoin in the world for $25, he won't take it. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
That was the same guy that also said Apple wasn't the shit either.
Right.
That was the same guy that said Amazon and books. Yeah, right. Guy's dumb.
Listen, man, and these guys, you got to think, man, these are highly visible, super wealthy individuals, right? So they know that their name holds weight. And when they say certain things, these little sound bites get cut and pasted in on major platforms for people to just be swayed the wrong way. They don't want you rich. They don't want you wealthy. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing you always have to understand. So you have to get into the mindset of not listening to what people say, but watching what they do. He'll tell you, oh, Bitcoin is trash. Cryptocurrency is trash. But he bought it. He liquidated one of his holdings.
MasterCard.
To purchase it.
MasterCard.
To purchase a bank that is allowed to custody cryptocurrency. You know what I mean? They're trying to manipulate things on a grand level. So you have to have the foundational information to know what to do. You cannot follow these guys because they will lead you astray purposely. Because what's going to happen is they're going to position themselves. They're getting better rates to do what they need to do. And then they turn you into super consumers. Simple as that.
Yeah, guys, listen. And the thing with crypto, you got to remember is they are, crypto is limited. When you're in the right coins, it's not unlimited, right? They're limited and they're getting more and more rare. So when the money comes in, these guys are going to exchange a lot of money to be involved in these projects. They have more money than they know what to do with, right? So you're in a position where you can get things. So the guy said Amazon was $7 when he turned 18. So just think about it. He's talking about Amazon. This we ain't talking about the 90s, So, yo, this is it. This is the last run, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. After this is universal basic income, because they're just gonna have to keep people from out, not eating each other in the streets. And you're gonna be involved in crypto anyway, because that's how they're gonna pay you, your universal basic income. So I'm just telling you that there's a million ways, and the industry's wide open, and there's not enough African-American, and there's definitely not enough women of any color in this space. And Sharon, we have some good, amazing, women in our trading group, and they got it. They definitely got it. So it's like, my cousin being, stay-at-home mom, hustling and doing all this other stuff. I'm just happy that she has this opportunity to not have to worry so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for, just women to be able to do what they want to do without having to feel like you got to be out the house so much. Like if you had it, would you really be out here hustling the way that you hustle? And this is for men too. I haven't worked. I'm unemployed really, if you think about it, for the last couple of years, but I'm able, you look at my page, some of you are just now finding me. It is what it is on there. It's family, and I'm at an activity, at 2-3 o'clock, and that's what the fuck I do. That's just my excitement. But when you run your bank, you kind of, you know, I liquidate and move some money around, pull some things down, and then I'm 1-2 on the way out the door. So my type of unemployment is a little bit different now. And I've never made this much money sitting down at a damn computer. I got sciatica because of fucking crypto and his fucking desk. So it's like, yeah, it's great, but shit kind of corny too. Corny in the sense of I like to live life, right? So there is a lot of components to this because my entire family's wealth is in my hands right now. So it's a different type of pressure, but it's just a waiting game. You know, right? For me, it's just I'm playing chess. I'm just putting my pieces in place and I'm protecting it, and then I'm pouring into my people. But listen, if it's not Champ and I, it's Skype and Crypto University, I don't care. Go get somebody. 19 Keys. Go get you someone that understands this space and start listening. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of good guys in the industry. I just called out 19 because he's, you know, I would say a counterpart and a brother. The kid's extremely smart. But again, if it's not us, YouTube, there's a lot of people talking and yelling. You got to be careful with those guys too. A lot of people are bought and sold. So when they're telling you to buy, it's sell. And when they're telling you to sell, it's buy. Elon Musk just did this the other day with Ape.
Yep.
And I just made a call on Ape too. So the guy manipulates the situation because he's going to keep fucking with us now. And he changes his profile picture on Twitter to the Bored Ape situation, which then had people thinking the craziest. And I'm talking about the price jump so much. And then what he ended up doing is he ended up, you know, doing his normal rug pull situation. The guy probably made, you know, $500,000 because he needs to still make this money to pay this shit off. So he can utilize Twitter. I mean, in crypto, and he does this all the time. And he was kind of quiet. Now I think he's back. Where he just could manipulate the price of Bitcoin. And when you look at his, you know, his earnings, it's like the guy made more money in Bitcoin than he did actually doing what he does for a living.
That's another thing. Yeah.
So that just tells you guys the power of this shit. And when you understand it early, trust me, that's where the wealth is, because the amount of money that these corporate companies are paying, it could even be your company. You bring that skill set to your job and you see something and you offer it, it's like, you know, the space, there's a check for that. So this is the new economy now. If you're pushing paper at a job, like, yo, just quit this shit now. It's done. It's done. You know, once it's on the blockchain, everything's gonna be systematic. No more clutter. No more middleman. But it's gonna be centralized as fuck too. So that's the other story that we won't get into. But you know, the White Wizard's not gonna let go of power.
Right.
But we will have a strong footing in the space. So for that, I'm happy. Sharon, I've been on for 2 years, definitely blessed. Yeah, Sharon's on it. She's been with us for early on. Yeah, and it's only $2 trillion. You're right, guys. Listen, there's $3 trillion sitting in the background. We're talking about a world economy. This isn't like the stock exchange in here, 200 trillion. This is by far, you know, whatever comes after trillion, that's going to be this industry.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, it's an economy, guys. Talking about digital land, digital real estate, artwork. Like, you know, there's so many facets to this. It's amazing. And listen, that NFT stuff, and we get into it in the university, and I've chilled on it. 99% of that shit is trash, and it's dead, and you guys don't even know it. It's all about who bought it first and who sold it first. That's who made the money. You try to sell it on a resale, you're not. It's the air is taken out of the room. That's the next thing the government's going to do. You're going to see a ton of celebrities being called into Senate talks for pump and dump. And I'm not saying that they're going to get in trouble. I'm just telling you that they're going to parade this shit and make it look fucking crazy. And I'm going to keep buying. And if you think about selling, just transfer it to us and we'll give you the money. Yo, I'm good.
All right.
We're good, man. Nah, listen, this play right here, guys, you just do the math. If you have money, you can calculate it yourself right now. You can even do a compounding, get a compounding calculator for 3.3 a day. The numbers are amazing, like amazing. But again, we're not in it for that. We're in it to take our stuff off the top So then that way we could then start playing that. And then as you start to take the profits, if you're in the university, you'll know what to do next with it. And then you start to expand not only your knowledge, but you start to grow wealth in different avenues and aspects of crypto, all while you're being guided by, just hands down two of the sharpest guys in the industry that you're going to meet, period.
Brilliant minds, hands down.
Yeah, I'm not even, I used to kind of, play a little humble, but this shit's dumb out here. Nobody is going to give it to you like we give it to you.
Period.
We're just too smart. Too fucking smart. Period. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put a period on this one. Everybody got the links. This one to be on record. Actually, let me stop it.
Uh-oh.